I text that again. Tell them boys to give me 150 M's. I'm coming. You know what I mean? When I start streaming out that, and that, stop it. Knock it off, cuz. Stop it. Tell them to send that bag, and I'm coming. And I'm, you know.
Gervonta Tank Davis initially stated he can't fight YouTube sensation turned professional boxer Jake Paul, who is 12 wins, 1 loss, no draws, 7 wins by way of knockout, until he reached the status of Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, and Canelo Alvarez.
I think it's great for boxing. I think like boxing right now is like on top, you know what I'm saying, of the sport, bro. You know, one thing is boxing will never die, bro. Like everybody wants to see that kind of combat.
Gervonta Davis shared his thoughts on the upcoming Jake Paul fight, making it clear he's far from impressed. Davis confidently stated that Jake doesn't stand a chance against him, dismissing the YouTuber-turned boxer as nothing more than an Instagram fighter. He further added that Jake is out of shape, lacks real skills, and has nowhere near the experience needed to pose any threat, leaving no doubt about how little he values Jake.
To me, like, I don't think that would even be, like, fair.
No, I think that he's you know how he got fat? He's a Instagram boxer.
Yeah, he's a good-looking guy. Like, I wouldn't want to leave my girl around him and shit, but, like, I don't know about when it comes to boxing, like...
It wouldn't be fun. He's a really good-looking guy.
I wouldn't want to leave...
No, he
like,
would. It's not
you
fair.
know, I'd probably be a little worried, to be honest, but...
With Ryan?
When it comes to boxing,
Ryan
it's
looks like a Greek goddess.
Tank would fucking toss him down.
No, he does. He's a good-looking dude. You're right. I would be afraid to leave my girl around him.
And he is dope to watch in, like, the Instagram videos and shit, too. Like, he has fast hands and shit. He's obviously a good boxer, but...
Yeah.
What about when it comes to, like, this level? It wouldn't even be fair?
He can't compete with me. People in the gym will tell you, like, I've already got top skills.
Gervonta Davis has never hesitated to speak his mind about opponents, and Jake Paul has frequently been a target. In past interviews, Davis brushed off the idea of fighting Jake, insisting he would only consider it if Paul ever reached the level of legends like Mike Tyson, Manny Pacquiao, or Canelo Alvarez. By setting that bar, Davis made it clear that boxing is about legacy, respect, and achievements earned through years in the ring, not fleeting fame or social media hype. Now, with the fight officially confirmed, the tone has shifted. Fans are quick to point out the contrast between Davis's previous stance and his current decision to sign the deal. Critics argue that while he once prioritized legacy over everything, the allure of a massive payday may have swayed him. In their eyes, Davis has gone from dismissing Jake as irrelevant to capitalizing on the money when the offer came. This shift has ignited debate among boxing fans, questioning whether Davis remains committed to his legacy-driven principles or has joined the wave of cash grab.
Gervonta Tank Davis initially stated he can't fight YouTube sensation turned professional boxer Jake Paul, who is 12 wins, 1 loss, no draws, 7 wins by way of knockout, until he reached the status of Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, and Canelo Alvarez. And now yesterday, we have gotten an announcement that November 14th in Atlanta, Georgia, Gervonta Tank Davis, instead of fighting the highly anticipated rematch with WBA super featherweight, now lightweight star title contender, whom they fought March 1st to a controversial draw, and that being Lamont Rose Jr., who is 25 wins, 1 loss, 2 draws, 10 wins by way of knockout. Gervonta Tank Davis is instead going to fight Jake Paul. So now he views himself on the level of Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, and Canelo Alvarez. He feels like he has achieved what he set out to achieve to reach that level. And or he just seen the money flashing and decided that's the right direction to go in, because he clearly has not reached that level. He said that he had to do things in the sport of boxing still and fight his peers He's only fought one guy.
Shakur Stevenson, an undefeated and highly skilled fighter, weighed in on the matchup, acknowledging that while Jake Paul may have a size advantage, it won't matter against Gervonta Tank Davis. Stevenson emphasized that boxing is not about size alone, but about skill, speed, and ring intelligence, all of which Davis has in abundance. He confidently dismissed the notion that Jake could compete with Tank, pointing out that despite Jake's hard work and a few wins, he lacks the technical depth of fighters who have devoted their lives to the sport. According to Stevenson, Davis's explosiveness, precision, and knockout power would always overshadow Jake's physical edge, a viewpoint that carries weight given Stevenson's reputation for analytical insight and act.
His last fight when he fought Lamont, Jake Paul was at the fight. He told y'all he was going to fight somebody like Jake Paul. So I'm not shocked. It don't surprise me. So, nah.
You know, Shakur, Jake, when he fought Mike Tyson, he was 227 pounds. He was 199 and like 199 point something his last fight against Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. He hasn't been only boxing for a couple of years. He's 12-1. Tank Davis obviously been boxing his whole life. He's 30-1. He's knocked everybody out except for 3 opponents in his life. But at what point does size matter so much, though, where it can't be overcome, Shakur? And is it in this case here when you've got what is like a 70-pound difference between these two guys?
I mean, size will play some part of the fight, but if I'm thinking like I'm Tank, I'm probably just gonna go out there and try to outbox him and use my knowledge and IQ against him. So I can see Tank just outboxing him and making it real easy.
Is there any way any realistic or legitimate way in your mind you could see Jake Paul winning a fight against Tank?
No.
No way.
Nope.
Not a lot of people have talked about Jake and said he's got good power. Not even and I get anything could technically happen, but you don't even see a realistic shot where he could land one big punch, and Tank being so much smaller, he just can't handle the power.
Nah, not at all. I think Tank is he's been boxing his whole life. He's been boxing since a kid, so I doubt like that's gonna be an issue or problem. I think Jake is good for where he's at, but I think it's just levels.
British heavyweight Dave Allen voices disappointment over proposed matchup between Gervonta Davis and Jake Paul, calling it yet another unnecessary exhibition event. He stressed that boxing should prioritize genuine, competitive contests rather than spectacle-driven fights. According to Allen, Davis has already cemented his legacy in the sport, and instead of devaluing his career by facing Jake Paul, he should either retire gracefully or take on established professionals. Allen criticized the growing trend of exhibition bouts featuring social media personalities, arguing that they prioritize money and entertainment over the authenticity and tradition of boxing. In his view, the best way to honor Davis's career is to let him leave the sport on his own terms, rather than thrusting him into an unusual match.